Over the last 3 years, I changed my career to a path that truly sparks my soul. Change is never easy, but these mindset shifts helped me more than anything throughout this journey. If I could sit down with my 20-year-old self, this is exactly what I would tell her. The mindset shift number 1 is the doors that shut in your face guide you toward the path you're meant to walk. I love illustrating life as a labyrinth. You have the freedom to choose whichever door you want to walk through. But what we often fail to realize is that not every door is meant for us. So sometimes, even more than sometimes, doors will shut in your face. In the moment, it feels awful. It feels like a failure. But every closed door helps guide you toward your true path, the one you're meant to walk all along. After I graduated from law school, I wanted to give it one more shot to see if I could build a career on that field. But not long after I applied for a few places, the COVID hit and everything went into quarantine. I felt so disappointed watching everyone else working online while I had no job. At the time, it felt like a failure. I couldn't help myself but think how unlucky I was. Looking back now, I can see it clearly. The doors I was trying to walk through were shut because they weren't my path. That time at home was actually a gift. It gave me space to reflect and discover what really mattered to me. I started working out, building habits, and laying foundation for my career change journey, which truly sparked my soul. I was so lost, and that space gave me the chance to discover my true self. Over the years, I've seen this playing out over and over again. The doors shut in your face aren't rejection. They are navigating you toward the path you're meant to walk. The life you dream of is hiding in the place you are most afraid to go. Here's the harsh truth. The next version of you is waiting just beyond your fears. Because your fears are so important for you. You excruciatingly care about them. That's why you're terrified by them. You would be afraid of hurting your best friend, right? Because you care so much. They are the clues where you want to give your attention to. But the dilemma lies in fears are unknown, the places you've never experienced before. And the brain hates unknown places because they cost so much energy to explore and rewire. Your brain is a high-cost organ. It burns approximately 20% of your daily energy. So it loves shortcuts and predictability. Anything unfamiliar, stepping into unknown, trying new things, costs extra energy for it. So whenever you feel stuck where you are, ask yourself, what am I most afraid of? Because that's probably the doorway you need to walk through. One of my biggest fears was making mistakes, especially when speaking up or expressing myself, which brings us to the third mindset shift. Mistakes aren't failures, they are how our brain learns. This is neuroscience. This one goes hand in hand with fears. I used to think making mistakes mean I wasn't good enough. So I avoided situations where I might mess up. But what I didn't know then is that mistakes are literally how the brain learns. Our brain carves neural pathway through trial and error because it needs feedback. If we can reduce the amount of frustration we feel while trying, we can learn, grow, but at the same time enjoy the process of learning. I spent years studying English grammar, trying to be perfect before dare to speak, but I avoid actually speaking process. And avoidance didn't bring perfection nor progress. Only when I faced my fears to speak, I let myself sound clumsy and making mistakes, did I actually start making progress. So here's what I wished I had known at 20. Stop waiting to be ready. Stop trying to be perfect. Every mistake is a step closer to mastery if you let it teach you. Speak, make mistake, learn, and move on. Okay, the mindset shift number 4 is every skill you admire in others can be learned if you're willing to put in the reps. One of the biggest myths I believe at 20 was that people were naturally good at certain things. That some people were born with charisma, talent, creativity, and others just weren't. But over the years, I learned that every skill can be trained and learned. That's exactly how the brain works. Again, every time you practice something, whether it is communication, writing, problem solving, whatever, your brain strengthens those neural pathways, like a trail through a forest. And the more you walk that trail, the clearer and faster it becomes. I used to think writing, speaking, and creativity were just talents. Like if you had a great writing skills, well, lucky to you, you can become an amazing author and communicator. But if you didn't, poor you, you lost your chance in this life. It turns out writing, speaking, creativity have rules. And by practicing those rules, you can become a better writer, communicator, you can create better videos. When I started practicing my writing, speaking, especially with AI tools, watching tutorials, analyzing what works, and showing up even when it felt awkward, I realized something. Those people I admire weren't born that way. They became that way through practice. They challenge themselves over and over again until they become talented. You can even see this in people like Mel Robbins, Lewis Hughes. They always talk about how they build these skills over time with dyslexia and ADHD. So if you catch yourself saying, I'm not good at that, I can't, just stop. The real question isn't whether you're good at it. It is, are you willing to put in work just like the people you look up to? And the last mindset shift is, your mindset is the foundation of everything. Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. This is such a true statement because what you believe shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts turn into how you act, and how you act forms your habits, and habits become your lifestyle. Your brain is wired to seek evidence what you already believe. In neuroscience, it's called reticular activating system, RAS. So if you tell yourself, I can't, well, your brain will prove it to you. It will find out evidence how you can't do this. If you tell yourself, I don't know yet, but I'm capable of learning, your brain will start trying to find evidence you are capable of learning. It is similar to if you believe there are many white cars in the road, you start seeing white cars everywhere because your brain has to prove it to you. If you ever noticed, if you think that you are making mistakes constantly, you start making mistakes more and more. It becomes like you did it again, you did it again, you did it again. Well, you didn't do, are you sure? Because you will do it now. You're constantly thinking about mistakes. Mindset is the foundation for every change you want to make in your career, your health, your habits, and even in your confidence. And the last and the solid message to myself is, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. You choose. Thank you so much for tuning in. This week has been my birthday week, so I spent the week with reflections, journaling, thinking, and I come up with this 5 powerful mindset shifts. I think those were the most life-changing ones for me, and I decided to make them my North Star for the future. So I wanted to share them with you. I hope at least one of them resonated with you. Let me know in the comments which one. I believe that knowledge is the most powerful tool to strengthen ourselves. And learning about mindsets, neuroscience, the reasons behind our actions is really important to navigate our ways intentionally. These mindset shifts help me reduce my anxiety and navigate my way even in the hardest times. So I wanted to share them with you. I hope you give the nourishment you deserve to your mind, body, and soul. See you.